สวัสดีครับกลับมาพบกันอีกครั้งกับรายการห้องเรียนที่ใหญ่ที่สุดในโลกและห้องเรียนของเราในครั้งนี้ยังคงอยู่กันที่กรุงลอนดอนประเทศอังกฤษกับผมชัยวัฒน์อนุตระกูลชัยและคุณครูภาษาอังกฤษจากจังหวัดบึงกาฬคุณครูวรัตดลชัยตาแสงท่านนี้ครับในคราวที่แล้วเราได้ตกลงกันไว้ว่าจะเรียนรู้ห้องเรียนนี้กันแบบ 3L คือ Look Live Learn และผู้ที่พาเราเที่ยวชมสถานที่ต่างๆพร้อมกับให้ความรู้มากมายในครั้งที่แล้วก็คือพี่หมึกสุดยอดมัคคุเทศก์ชาวไทยท่านนี้ครับแต่มาคราวนี้สิ่งที่ผมและครูแมนจะได้เรียนรู้เป็นเรื่องเกี่ยวกับการใช้ชีวิตของชาวลอนดอนแล้วใครล่ะครับที่จะรู้เรื่องเหล่านี้ได้ดีเท่ากับชาวลอนดอนเอง
Hello. สวัสดีครับ Nice to see you. Hello. Nice to meet you. Hello.
This is John. This is Crewman.
Very pleased to meet you. Hello.
You can call me
Man. Welcome to London.
Yeah, he's an English teacher.
Okay. Very good. I used to be an English teacher as well.
พี่แอดก็แนะนำว่าเป็นผู้บริหารTeacher TVของอังกฤษนะครับแล้วก็เป็นครูด้วยเราก็ดีใจเพราะว่าเราจะได้มีโอกาสคุยกับครูคือคุยกับบุคลากรในสายอาชีพเดียวกับเราเขามาครั้งเนี้ยคือเหมือนคล้ายๆเป็นไกด์เป็นเพื่อนของเราคนหนึ่งไปเลยเป็นครูที่มาให้คำแนะนำมาพาเราไปเรียนรู้วัฒนธรรมหลายอย่างมากที่จอห์นพาไปเรียนรู้โดยเฉพาะเรื่องการรับประทานอาหาร
มาเริ่มกันที่ย่านโคเวนการ์เดนครับเป็นแหล่งช้อปปิ้งยอดนิยมของชาวลอนดอนที่นี่มีร้านอาหารเก่าแก่อยู่ร้านหนึ่งที่จอห์นจะพาพวกเราไปเรียนรู้เกี่ยวกับวัฒนธรรมการกินจากเมนูยอดนิยมดั้งเดิมของชาวอังกฤษครับ
So here we are. We're just coming to one of the famous fish and chip restaurants, fish and chip shops of London. This, as it says here, this fish and chip shop has been going since 1871. Which is a long time, 140 years. And fish and chips is a traditional English food. It's called Rock and Soul Place. Rock and Soul Place.Now this is a joke of words, a pun as we say, because place means, you know what place means in English, of course, but also spelt with an I, P-L-A-I-C-E, it's a kind of fish. It's a sort of fish. Place, you see. So it's a pun, it's a joke. And also soul is also S-O-U-L means the soul of a person. But soul, S-O-L-E, is another kind of fish, you see. And rock is also a kind of fish, but it also means rock and roll. You know? So it's all a joke.
We're hungry now. We're hungry.
Are you hungry? Okay. Well, in a minute they will have their fish and chips ready for us, and we will go inside and eat it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Look at this.
มาแล้ว
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great.
Thank you.
So there we are. This is the most traditional English food you can get. It's a piece of cod, which is a big fish that swims in the North Sea around Britain. And what they do is they take flour and they put flour on the outside of the fish. And then they put it into deep oil and it boils in the oil and the flour forms this kind of brown crisp outside which is called batter, and it's served with chips, which are potatoes, and you usually squeeze a piece of lemon onto the top like this. Put the fork into the lemon and squeeze the lemon on. The chips like that. That's very nice. And then There are two kinds of sauce here. One is a tomato sauce.
It's the ketchup.
So you take ketchup, yeah, tomato ketchup. Put a bit of that on the side there, like that. Very nice. Cream in
What
it.
is this?
That's called tartar sauce. It's got
Tartar
capers
sauce.
and I think gherkins, pickles in it, as well as cream, and they have a bit of that as well. And tuck in. Now, once upon a time, fish and chips was served in newspaper, actual newspaper. People would eat it walking along the street. Yeah. But
So the way you eat fish and chip, use hands.
with your hand. But this is a very good place. So they provide a knife and fork if you want it. But mainly, you do it with your hands like this.
โอเคบอกว่าถ้าเกิดฟิชแอนชิพที่ดีเนี่ยแป้งต้องบาง แล้วก็ถึงทอดแล้วเนี่ยปลาจะต้องสดคือถ้าชิมเฉพาะปลาเนี่ยจะรู้ได้ว่าปลาเนี่ยสดแบบนี้
เนื้อมันหวานจริงๆครับ แล้วก็สังเกตได้เลยว่ามันสดมากเนื้อแน่นด้วย
You can probably hear it. You hear me chewing it. Delicious.
อิ่มอร่อยกันแล้วเราเดินทางต่อมายังสวนสาธารณะขนาดใหญ่แห่งหนึ่งของกรุงลอนดอนสวนสาธารณะไฮด์พาร์คแห่งนี้ครับที่นี่มีเรื่องราวให้เราเรียนรู้เกี่ยวกับตัวอย่างดีๆที่แสดงให้เห็นถึงความเป็นประเทศประชาธิปไตยตัวอย่างหนึ่งที่เห็นได้เด่นชัดเกิดขึ้นที่มุมเล็กๆด้านหนึ่งของสวนไฮด์พาร์คแห่งนี้ครับ
So here we are. This is the northeast corner of Hyde Park, and this is called Speaker's Corner.
Speakers corner.
And it's called Speaker's Corner because you can come here whenever you like, and you can say almost whatever you like.
Oh, really?
And people come along and they put up little boxes, usually on Sunday morning normally. They bring their little boxes, they stand up on the box, and they make speeches. Or sometimes microphones, sometimes they just speak in very loud voices. And they can talk about whatever they like. For example, if you want to say that actually you think that the earth is flat, not round, you can say that.
Yeah.
If you want to say that the government is wicked, you can say that. And no policeman will come along and tell you have to go to prison or have to be arrested for criticizing the government. You can say that. So it's part of the British tradition of free speech. There are some things you cannot say, however.
Like what?
You cannot, we have a law against what we call racial hatred. You cannot get up on the box and say, I hate all black people. If you start saying things like that, the police will come along and say, you can't do that because it's against the law to arouse racial hatred.
I see.
But apart from that, you can more or less say whatever you like. So it has become a kind of symbol here.
Sometimes in Thai's newspaper, they use the term of Hyde Park.
Yes.
Means when you make a public speech.
Yes.
In
Do
Thai
they? They
newspaper.
say that. Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're right. Okay. So we've been talking about Speaker's Corner and the right of the British people to say almost whatever they like. And I think that Man is now going to give us an example of British free speech. So, big loud voice. Imagine that there is 20 people listening to you, and some of them might interrupt you and disagree with you. So you need to give it a big amount of volume. Go away.
Oh, so
Please. We're going to listen.
Okay. On behalf of Thai teacher who's standing here, the Hyde Park, the place that you can talk everything, whatever you want to talk. I would like to say to my colleagues and teacher in Thailand, is this the end time or the overtime of the eligibility of Thai student? If our our team or our teacher work together or work in cooperative,
Hooray! Quite right. Very good.
we can end this problem. We can solve this problem
Yes.
in short time. Thank you so much.
Very good.
ทำไมถึงอยากพูดสิ่งนี้กับเพื่อนครู
อ๋อ
ด้วยกัน
คือตอนนี้ปัญหาที่สำคัญของนักเรียนไทยตอนนี้คือปัญหาการอ่านไม่ออกเขียนไม่ได้นะครับ คือเราอยากจะให้ปัญหานี้มันหมดไป สิ่งสำคัญคือครูทุกคนจะต้องแบบ work together
ดีครับ
As you can see by looking, this is a big park, Hyde
yeah
Park.
like an amusement park
Yes, and people use it for pleasure, really.
Yeah.
It is for walking, for running, for cycling. There's a bicycle lane there.
Yeah.
And people play games, sports, football, frisbee, other games. And sometimes you even get people riding horses in the park. And I think we're going to be lucky because I can see coming along now some horses. I can see some beautiful grey horses. That is a royal carriage. That is a royal carriage. So once upon a time, the Queen and other members of the royal family would have travelled in those carriages, or maybe it was for their luggage. It could have been for their bags. So that's quite something to see that, and you don't see that very often. So the trees around us here in the park are called plane trees. Spelt the same as an aeroplane. So P-L-A-N-E. And they are, I think, the most popular tree in London and have been for many, many years. And if you look at the bark of the tree, if we can take the camera around to look at the trunks of the tree, you can perhaps see that there are some yellow patches on them. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And the reason for that is that when the bark of that tree becomes dirty, which it does in a city, those pieces fall off and they start new bark. So that's why the plane tree works very well in a city. So that's a very good example. That piece there of bark will have fallen off and it makes new bark. Now London is quite clean. And I remember when I was a boy, aged 11, in 1962, so that is 49 years ago, it was the last big fog of London.